The CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
He was known to a generation as the most trusted man in America.
Good evening, President Reagan today.
Walter Cronkite brought a level of experience and credibility to the anchor desk that few have ever matched.
News election headquarters. We are declaring at CBS News that Governor Edmund...
He got his start working for newspapers and radio stations across Texas and the Midwest, then headed overseas to cover World War II for the United Press. He entered Normandy with the troops on D-Day and as a member of the Writing 69th Brigade of War Correspondents, flew bombing missions over Germany. Cronkite signed on with CBS in 1950. It wasn't all gravitas. For a while, he co-hosted the morning show with a puppet named Charlemagne. But he quickly made his name at the network with his political coverage.
Never, certainly in our recent history, have there been such perilous times in which to conduct such a campaign.
In 1962, he was promoted to anchor of the CBS Evening News. A year later,
Here is a bulletin from CBS News.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
he struggled to keep his composure while bringing America tragic news.
Vice President Lyndon Johnson has left the hospital in Dallas, but we do not know to where he has proceeded.
At other times, he shared in the nation's joy.
What a moment. Man on the way to the moon.
Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon.
It was during the Vietnam War that Cronkite's true stature with the American public became clear.
Whatever price the communists paid for this offensive, the price to the Allied cause was high.
In 1968, he returned from a trip to Vietnam disillusioned, and in a stunning break from journalistic objectivity, he ended his report by announcing he did not think that the war was winnable.
For it seems now more certain than ever that the bloody experience of Vietnam is to end in a stalemate.
It was a turning point. President Johnson later said he knew if he'd lost Cronkite, he'd lost Middle America. Cronkite continued to anchor the top-rated evening newscast until 1981.
This is my last broadcast as the anchorman of the CBS Evening News.
CBS forced him to retire when he turned 65 and brought in Dan Rather to replace him. He stayed involved in the media, producing TV specials and documentaries, and he found time in his retirement years for sailing, cultural events, and activism for causes he believed in, like the environment. Years after he signed off for the last time, millions of Americans still remember how reassuring it was to hear Walter Cronkite have the last word.
And that's the way it is. Friday, March 6th, 1981.
Bob Woodruff, ABC News.
Rather will be sitting in here for the next few years. Good night.